Hi, my name is Aaron Boyce with a special edition of Square Biz, the podcast of Florence Square, Sacramento's Black Wall Street. And as you may or may not know, I'm the executive director of Florence Square Community Development Corporation, and we got a good one here. I know Steve Harvey says that, but I'll say that too. We have a good one here. It's called the Small Business Success Summit. It's August 28th from 10 to 5 p.m. with an after party, let's call it an after networking mixer, called specifically the After 5 Wine and Jazz Networking Mixer. And here's why I'm excited, because I got two of the best networking people in the land. Not in Sacramento, not in Northern California, I'm talking about in the land. And we're talking Chris Lotson and Placere Robinson. How the heck are you folk doing?
Great, wonderful, glad to be here.
Awesome, likewise. Thank you for that super awesome, best ever introduction. I'm so flattered.
Yes.
I practiced. So what I wanted folk to understand is that this event is all about information, inspiration, and entertainment. Okay, so we want to inform, inspire, entertain. We have things like 10-minute business boosts, paint your vision board. We have a thing on grants, on small business development. We have government contracting. We have banking and financing. We have time management. We have just a collection of great things. Guerrilla marketing. And if you have children, bring your children ages 7 to 14, all right, for an additional $5. You're going to be able to drop them off, and we're going to teach your children business. Like you're going to learn about business, they're going to learn about business. Let's just assume that we're going to teach them how to set up and make money from that lemonade stand that we keep hearing about. So after that, after your mind is all frazzled, all that learning, all that inspiration, now comes the time when we're going to be able to network with each other. And what's cool about that is when you register, based upon your answers, we're going to give you a wristband that is going to, the color is going to match your industry. So Chris, imagine if someone was in construction, they might get blue. Or if someone was in retail, they might get red. Or if someone was in education, they might get green. So when you are networking, you're looking for these color bands, and based upon the legend that you have with you, you'll know that someone's in construction or education, or you know what I mean? And so you may not know the person, but you're going to know their industry, and they're going to have that all day long. So, Mr. Chris, why don't you give us a shout out and tell us what you're all about?
Wow. Well, thank you, first of all, again, for that amazing introduction. And also, thank you so much for telling and sharing about this amazing event going on August 28th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Florence Square. If you don't know, now you know. That's where you need to be on August 28th, because as Aaron said, there is so much lined up that day for businesses here in the city of Sacramento. And I'm lucky. I am super, super lucky. I get to host at the after hours, after networking wine and jazz mixer with the amazing, super awesome, somebody who I've learned from here, Placere Robinson. And people know me from Sac Black Biz, Sacramento's bestest, most awesomest database and search engine and marketing platform for Sacramento's Black-owned businesses. And so what I do is I sit here all day and I support Sacramento Black-owned businesses. That's my lucky work. And I am so honored to be offered the opportunity to come on the 28th of August and really show and share love with not just the Sacramento Black-owned business community, but the Sacramento business community at large, and also really show some support for Florin Square and for the Development Corporation and for the amazing work that you've been doing down there, Aaron, and that your team has been doing, your board has been doing. I want to give a shout out to Tom Donaldson also. I mean, this is really an effort that I think Sacramento hasn't seen yet, right? And this is Sacramento's Black Wall Street, right? And so what better place to have this event than there? And I'm excited, I'm honored. I can't wait. And everybody listening, everybody watching, please make sure you go get your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now. I'm sure Aaron will tell you and show you where to go, but get your tickets right now. I believe it's at Florin Square Development Corporation.org. So FSDC.org, I believe is the,
all right.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, hey,
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. No, I read a lot of social media posts. This event has a couple of social media pages up right now, so you can check out Sac Biz Summit at Sac Biz Summit on Instagram and at Sac Biz Summit on Facebook as well. Also, you can check out Sac Black Biz, and we're regularly sharing all of the amazing flyers and content and really great stuff that is going to be at this event. So make sure you're there. It's not something that you want to miss.
Cool. Okay. Plachette, how are you?
I am great. And Aaron, I am just so super excited to be a part of the Success Business Summit that's taking place in my backyard, South Sacramento. When I received the invitation, I was just like, of course, I'm going to be a part of this. Florin Square, the new Black Wall Street. I've been to this location for many events, and I just love all of what it has to offer with the different African marketplace to begin with. And then, of course, the famous Shauna McDaniels with the African American Cultural Museum, which every Black person who visits Sacramento, right, or who moves here needs to make a field trip to the African American Cultural Museum. I know there's a lot to be said about other museums like Crocker Museum, but my goodness, Shauna McDaniels, she's like a treasure chest of talent, especially for everything she offers to the young people in the summer program, for her arts program and after schools program. So yes, this is a fantastic event that you all have put together. And for those of you who don't know who I am the CEO of SacCulturalHub.com and the chief editor of the Hub magazine. So it's a Black entertainment website. And what I love to do, what we do, our team, we love to spotlight Black people, for and put them in the spotlight for the best of what they do as far as their achievements, their accomplishments, local people that you would not otherwise see in mainstream news. And that's the reason why we do and love SacCulturalHub.com.
Yes.
And then we have the magazine that comes out quarterly. It also is available online. It's free online. You can flip through the magazine and you could just see all these wonderful people like Chris Lawson, of whom I've come to know and work with. And I'm just so glad to be a part, be his co-host, for this event, this After 5 Mixer networking. That's what we love to do as well. We do signature events, the Exceptional Woman of Color Conference every year. We're in our 13th year. It's coming up in September. And we do the Black Physicians Forum. We've done this virtually now because, COVID hit us, and we're now going, we're going back into in-person events, which is a good thing. We all still need to remain safe. But yeah, I'm super excited about this after school mixer because I am after school, after 5, but you can bring children. I'm really big when it comes to wind down. People know Plachette, I'm not a party goer, but I do like to wind down with folks. So we got the wine, we got the networking, and then we've got the whole day, like Chris said, of all these. And Aaron Boyce, he's been a treasure of information too that I've come to know in the 19 years that I've been here, well, 20. So all these wonderful workshops, folks, don't miss out, okay? Because I'm very big on people taking advantage of the free resources right here. Now, there's a ticket cost for this event, but it's well within your budget. It will be money well spent. So, folks, don't let that stop you from taking advantage of these business workshops that are going to help you further your business, or if you're even in the new business, new growth stage, this is where you need to be.
So
So,
now, when
go ahead.
when I was young and handsome like a Chris, a long time ago, long time ago. Yeah, I know. Um, hey. I, if I believe it, that's all that matters, right? So
Right,
anyway,
right,
um, I remember
right.
going to every available networking event I could go, from the Black Chamber, Hispanic Chamber, Asian Chamber, Rainbow Chamber. They had a oh my God, they had a Filipino chamber, right? They had Roseville Chamber, East Sacramento Chamber, and I would go to each and every one of those because you never knew who you might meet. You never
That's
know
right.
when you're gonna meet that one person that's gonna change your life. And in fact, I have met many times that one person that has caused me to go in a different direction that I didn't think that I was going to go, and
I
and
agree.
and and they set my mind on a different course. And so, very very quickly, I want to ask the both of you, why is it so important that even though Plachette, you have the first Friday, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh my God, that is a treasure by itself, right? Um, and you, Chris, you do a lot of networking online, with social media and everything. But why is it important that you get out at any and every possible time that you can?
Well, I just want to agree with what you said, Aaron. It is so important you don't have to go to everything, but there are certain events that you actually should go to, especially when it's relative to the industry you're in. Okay. And then when you go to these events, like Aaron said, you're going to meet at least one person. If you meet at least one person and you exchange business cards and you talk about what it is that you like to do or you're servicing the community with, and you listen. Another thing is to listen to what other people are doing. A lot of times we go to these events, and I had to learn from not just going and bombarding and attacking people and just like running to people telling them I do this and take my part. Learn to listen to folks and what they do. That's one of the best things you can do at a networking function, because that's where you're going to actually pick up clients. And then you're going to get your chance to introduce who you are and what you do just by listening and conversating and being a part of a networking function. So that's what I would suggest, and why you should, definitely network, and what you should be doing when you go to these networking functions. How should you operate? How should you move as an entrepreneur, new to the community? Because it's hard and it's awkward sometimes. I know that from experience when I first moved to Sacramento. So we're doing the First Fridays, and we didn't always do First Fridays. This was actually done by some other folks, Jennifer and Emil Green. And there are the originators of the First Fridays. And so we kind of picked it up after 5 years and started doing the whole First Fridays business networking with the California Black Chamber of Commerce. That's our partner.
Yeah. And Chris?
Yeah. So no, thank you for the questions, and for everyone who's listening and watching. I really want you to listen and re-listen to what Plachette just said, because she's absolutely right. And two things really stood out from what she said that I'm going to just repeat to answer Aaron's question. So one thing that stood out is that that networking requires practice. Okay, so like you actually have to practice it. So like if you don't do it, right, if you don't physically do it, then you don't get good at it, right? So it's just like anything else, and it's just like anything else in business too, right? If you don't practice at it, then you're not going to get good at it, and then you're not going to get all that you could get from it, and others are going to be getting all that they can get from it while you're not getting all you can get from it. So that's the first big point to make about why this is important. It's just practice, right? Practice, practice, practice. Secondly, though, Plachette touched on this. Actually, she answered in all the ways that I want to answer, because she also said clients. Everybody you go and talk to is a potential client. Okay?
So true.
So who doesn't want more clients? Okay. Right? So if you want more clients, you should go, and you should definitely come out on the 28th of August, from 10 to 5, and also for the after wine mixer, after networking mixer, excuse me, not after wine, we'll be doing it on there. There may be after wine too, but so,
or maybe, Chris, maybe it's called the After 5 Wine and Jazz Networking Mixer. It may be called that. Okay.
Let us get it right.
Let's not forget the jazz part, okay?
Yes, right. Jazz, wine, networking, okay, all that, but potential clients, right? That's the other big thing, right? Potential clients. And then Plachette also said this too, and I wasn't going to say this, but because I wasn't thinking about it until she brought it up. It's the listening and learning part, right? So like, how cool is it to get to talk to somebody who is maybe in the same industry as you? Maybe you didn't know this person, but is in the same industry as you, or in a similar or the same part of the same industry, maybe not the exact same thing, but somebody who's doing something like you're doing, or maybe somebody doing something totally different, right? What you can learn from these networking events is super, super important, and it's just as important almost as the client piece, and just almost as important as the practice piece. And let me say this: I was going to say this on the first part of my answer, and I'll stop here. I think I told you, Aaron, that so I went to, and everybody knows I'm from New York. So I went to Baruch College, City University of New York, same school that you went to, by the way,
yes,
Aaron.
Sir, yes, sir.
Me and Aaron went to the same school in New York City. All right. So, and I told you that as a part of, the school is Baruch College, City University of New York. It's known as a business school, right? It's plugged into the, to the financial industry in New York, right? So what every single year, actually every quarter, our school made us go to networking events that they put on. And they had a program called Executives on Campus, EOC, and they would bring New York City executives to the school once every 3 months, okay? And we would be forced to do two types of networking: the one-on-one networking with them and the group networking. So it would be, we would have, they would send us the resumes of these like executives, okay, all right, for the students to look through. And then the students would choose which executive they wanted to network with, okay? And then you would come to the networking event, you'd spend half hour with the person you chose, and then you have to go into the big room and network with all of them, okay? Wow. And it was practice.
Excellent
practice, right? And we did this every quarter for years, okay? So that is an example of how important other people think networking is. So if you didn't think networking was important before that, now you should. And it's really important that we do this on our own too.
And the cool thing is, folks, is that if you wanted to only attend the After 5 Wine and Jazz Networking Mixer, that's going to cost you $20 just to attend that, right? If you were to attend the whole day, we're talking $35. If you register before the 23rd of July, we're gonna knock off $10. It'll be $25. So $25 before the 23rd, $35 after. We're gonna give you all this information. We're gonna give you lunch. It's a light lunch, but it's lunch.
Right, that's good.
Starbucks is providing coffee and pastry.
Oh, that's worth it alone.
Okay.
Starbucks.
And you're gonna meet Plachette. You're gonna meet Chris. You're gonna meet me, and hundreds of other qualified and motivated folk like yourself. So it is the Small Business Success Summit, Saturday, August 28th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with the After 5 Wine and Jazz Networking Mix-Up from 5 to 6:30 p.m. And if you have children, by all means, bring your kids, because we don't want that to be a reason for you not to be able to attend. So, yeah, we hope to see you there. We know we'll see you there. We're going to party. We're going to inform, inspire, and entertain. Chris?
Inform, inspire, and entertain.
Absolutely.
I meant to say that while I was talking. I love that. That's so great.
Thank you. So, Chris and Plachette, can't wait for you guys to work your magic. And let's have a great and wonderful and successful event. And thank you so much for being our guest on this special edition of Square Biz, the official podcast of Flower and Square, Sacramento's Black Wall Street. Peace.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
That was great.